Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. I appreciate us having you here and I'm really excited about this message today. This is going to be a little bit different format, so instead of just checking the energy of each of the twins and the connection, we will ask a question: what is currently the dilemma? What is keeping twins puzzled? And we'll do divine feminine and divine masculine separately, and then we'll get the advice for what to do with this situation. And of course we have the oracle deck. Today is the sacred traveler oracle to begin with, to set the scene, and at the end I'll pull some cards from the angel therapy deck, which I haven't used for a while, but I decided it was time. Just came to me that I'm supposed to get some messages from there, so this will be a closing message and I'll pull a card for each of the twins, of course. Okay, let's get started. I pre-shuffled, so let's see what we have for divine feminines first of all. Of course, remember this is a general message, so please take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. And if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button, to subscribe to my channel, to leave a comment. Let me know who you are, what you like about the channel, what you'd like to see more of. I always appreciate your feedback, guys. I'm in the coastal grandma outfit today. It was just the mood of the day for me, so yeah, you can call me grandma for today. I didn't know about this trend, but I realized that the person I call grandma here in America is actually fond of that style very much. Yeah, you can look it up if you're interested to know more of what it actually entails. We have grounding, go deep, explore your roots. Wow, this is connection with the ancestors. This is your history. How much do you know of your history, divine feminine? How many generations back? What exactly do you know about them? Who they were? What did they fight for? What did they enjoy doing? Do you have an extended family right now? Actually, it's interesting that it comes out as, just a day after my mom found some relatives of ours in the US and in Canada. And the truth is that growing up, my mom was like my only family, really. So it was really different for me in terms of, other people had people, plural, as their family. I had one person. I didn't have cousins, aunts, grandparents, like none of those people. And now at this age, she's telling me, and yeah, I know that we have some relatives and, she just wasn't in touch with them for different reasons. And she found her sister about 10 years ago. We had like one Skype call, but yeah, definitely didn't have anything to tell each other. It's really awkward. So we never spoke again, really. That was it. That was just the only thing. And now there are more relatives, and it's like, this is one of my dilemmas, I guess, to the extent of how much do I want to let them into my life. Because they seem to be very eager to communicate. They're not like local to me, but they are relatively close. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I need some time for it. And yeah, you see, grounding is actually the aspect of it where it's important to approach it in a grounding way, especially since we're still in Mercury retrograde till October 4th, I think. So it's important to be careful with what you say. First of all, because words create worlds, so be careful with how you present your story to others, and also be careful what kind of words you use to send your message across. Because if you're not tactful or not speaking from the heart, you may make some mistakes that you will regret later on. So just keep that in mind. And if you're not 100% sure that you're gonna stay grounded within the conversation, maybe postpone it by a week or so. 4th of October is just around the corner. Okay, let's see what we have for the masculines. It's also the season of fall here for sure, so very relevant. We don't have the kind of golden fall yet in my area, but I'm sure it'll get there in a couple of weeks. It looks like temperatures are dropping, so yeah, it's a matter of time. And then I'm gonna head to the botanical garden, of course. Where else? Fellow travelers. Ooh, that's nice. Support is all around you. Divine masculine. And I like that it has not necessarily people, but nature. So this is a reminder that it's not just about people. And actually, surprise, surprise, people around you may not be the support that you're looking for, you need when things get rough, right? They're there, they're doing what they think they're supposed to do, but not necessarily vibing with you and understanding what you're going through, what you need. And with nature, like it's when kind of organically aligned with nature. We are part of nature, right? And nature is authentic. There are no lies there. So yeah, whether it's being out in nature or at least at home, being close to your plants and caring for them, communicating with your pets, appreciating the nature, whatever it is for you, wherever you live. This is gonna bring in definitely some feeling of being supported and energized if you feel somewhat lost or tired at certain times. Okay, that's a good start. So let's see what the dilemma is for Divine Feminines at the moment. What is the dilemma about? What is puzzling Divine Feminine at this time? Eight of Cups. You really need to be more careful with the candles. Okay, Eight of Cups. We'll pull some clarifiers. What about Divine Masculines? What's the dilemma for DMs? I got some hiccups, so I think this was still for the Eight of Cups actually. So it feels like it's hard for the feminines to leave something behind and to talk about it, to say it. It's either someone or something, take it how it resonates for you, but the important part is there needs to be a conversation for it. So it's almost like it's not gonna be right to just exit quietly and, like ignore someone else's calls, so like just not show up somewhere, like it would be too awkward. Or maybe if it's a person, maybe you have a lot of people together that would be talking anyway, so it's like it's not even that it's not nice, but it's not really gonna work. So there needs to be like a proper conversation to exit, and that's the problem, like the communication part of it. Because energetically, Divine Feminine is ready. It's more about communication. So I started getting hiccups. What do we have for Divine Masculine? What's the dilemma? I almost feel like I don't need the clarifiers anymore, but I'll do that anyway. Nine of Pentacles. I saw this card when I was pre-shuffling. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. Yeah, so this is, you remember I started saying that was the card Fellow Travelers and the support is around you. It's not really people, it's nature, it's you being in your authentic surrounding, in your natural habitat, if you wish, finding what it is for you, right? And this is exactly that. This is the card that, the character, the mood, the energy that is saying, I don't need other people to validate me and my decisions, to make me happy, to entertain me. I'm wholesome and content by myself. And I know what makes my heart sing, what makes me happy and joyful. This is it. It's not really the dilemma, so yeah, I'll pull a clarifier. And let's finish with this one. What's the advice for Divine Feminine? Oh, Five of Wands in reverse. And what's the advice for Divine Masculine? Was there a dilemma? Seven of Swords and Three of Wands. Yeah, Three of Wands is very new moon energy, so I'm glad we got it today. All right, let's see what we have here. Please clarify Eight of Cups for the feminine. Three of Wands. Please clarify Nine of Pentacles. That's funny, yeah. The Empress in reverse. Oh, okay. Please clarify 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay, I see now. By the way, I just realized someone asked me about the French subtitles some time ago, and I know that some of you guys are from Canada, and I imagine that for some of you it's easier to listen or to read the French version if you don't catch anything or something. But yeah, it looks like I would have to actually write a transcript in French and then publish it, which unfortunately I don't have anybody to help me with it. I mean, I have somebody helping me, but the thing is that even with that, I also still have to do it myself because I speak French actually, but the person helping me does not. So, you know, it just right now it's not something that I can afford doing, but I'll definitely look into it for the future. Okay, please clarify. I just noticed the owl in the King of Swords card. It's beautiful. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Please clarify 3 of Wands and 7 of Swords for the masculines. 9 of Swords. Okay. So, Divine Feminine, you have 8 of Cups clarified by 3 of Wands. Yeah, so energetically, like I was saying, you're ready and you know that you're ready to walk away from whatever that unpleasant situation is that is not really serving you. You know, it's in this case, especially since she's walking away like along the water, getting is like she had these cups, but they didn't really present any value. Because when you are at the seaside and the cups are empty, like you can theoretically pour the ocean water in them, but you won't be able to drink it anyway. So it's like it's there, they look pretty, you see the designs, they're interesting, right? But it's not really bringing you emotional fulfillment. So energetically, you know that that situation or relationship needs to go. But like I was saying, it's hard to communicate about it. That's the dilemma. And you know that once you do, you will set yourself up for something new and wonderful. But yeah, there is a fear. There are a few fears actually with leaving something behind. Okay. For the masculines, we have 9 of Pentacles clarified by the Empress in reverse. So yes, I started talking about the masculine, the DM, recognizing that they're a wholesome person and they don't need to rely on others for validation. And the thing is that a lot of divine masculines are not used to it. And like intuitively and subconsciously, they must still be looking for friends or romantic partners or even parents for some of them to be around and to support them in what they do, to provide company and kind of the camaraderie, if you wish. But the thing that's pushing them into this space of singlehood, and not like literally, but in terms of the energy, like building boundaries and realizing more of who they are and what they like, is the absence of divine feminine, or divine feminine being at a distance. And we've seen that energy actually for the last week or maybe 2 weeks even, where twins are more kind of apart, more on their own, dealing with their own business. And of course, when this happens with the twins and divine feminine is focusing on her own thing rather than the DM feels that immediately. They feel the pull to their empress, to the feminine. They feel the gap, the sadness, the hole in their heart, if you wish, in a more romantic way. And that's when they start turning within, and that's when they start doing that analysis, right? Because when everything is fine, we don't, as humans, we don't tend to analyze too much. We just go with it. We're just like, okay, got it covered. Okay, I can move on to something else, right? I don't really check on ourselves that much, especially if, if we're talking about DMs who are not awake yet. No, it's definitely not on their agenda. But when they start feeling uncomfortable, lonely, weaker in their energy because DF is not there, there are other people who may be feeding off their vibe, their their energy field, then they immediately start feeling the need to build healthy boundaries and kind of not necessarily stand up for themselves, but create that space where they can be by themselves and they can freely create something that they really want. The space can be physical, and this is Pentacle, so quite likely this is something. Maybe some DMs will start a new hobby, some will start a new tradition. I don't know, maybe like going to see a game with a friend every Sunday or something, you know, where they're getting out of their usual, let's say, comfort zone, and they are experiencing something different. Or the other way around, if at home or wherever they're used to be, they are usually situated, if there is a distraction and if there are quarrels, if there is like stress, then they're getting out of there so they can find themselves and kind of reconnect to themselves. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's noble that they are seeking this energy and this space where they can be authentic and they can support themselves emotionally, physically, financially, on all levels. So they stop feeling like they depend on other people, you know? That's where this true freedom begins, and self-love, when we start being codependent on our relationships with other people, including our twin flames, by the way. Okay, feminines, the advice is, and your question was about leaving something behind, something that is pretty but doesn't serve you very much. You have Five of Wands in reverse, clarified by Two of Pentacles and King of Swords. Yeah, so you've been juggling different things for too long. And the truth, then you know the truth. You are the King of Swords here. You know what the logical thing to do is. And it may seem a little bit untactful. You may seem like you are separating yourself from your usual surrounding and from other people who you hang out with. But the truth is, sometimes it's the only way, right? And those are the necessary steps. And like I was saying a little bit earlier about those relatives that my mom found, and they wanna talk, they wanna meet ideally, all those things. But I understand that it's not, well, I'm not ready emotionally, and it's not a good use for my time right now, because I have already so many things on my plate that this will just be overwhelming for me. So this is actually a kind thing to do, rather than just trying to sacrifice myself into this and be unhappy and kind of be distant and somewhat cold to those people because I'm just not ready to build a true open relationship with them. You know, it's really, I can be trying, but I'm not gonna achieve much. And that's the golden truth. When you're trying to cover too much and your energy is becoming too scarce, and you aren't achieving any of those things, really. So yeah, sometimes live in certain circles where you may feel like, you know, you've been supported, again, validated. Maybe you were for a while, maybe it was necessary then, but your energy changes, so it's no surprise that your surrounding will change as well, as needed. So just let it happen naturally. And I can guarantee you, if you're doing this in alignment with the past and with your energy, you won't have people like pestering you and, you know, panicking or you know, being obsessed with like what happened or how could you, like none of those things will happen. And if you can speak from your heart and say honestly what is going on, why you're moving on to the new thing or into a new direction, they will respect that. Okay, for the masculines, with the dilemma of separating from the usual groups and finding support in other things and creatures, we have, the answer is Seven of Swords and Three of Wands, clarified by Nine of Swords. Yeah, so for divine masculine, it's actually quite, they feel like when they're separating from their usual group that they're basically abandoning people, that they are being dishonest to them, like not dishonest, unfaithful, so to speak, that they're not performing their duty. I'm even hearing, you know, like for example, if they have a romantic partner, children, maybe parents who need some support, some care, maybe they might feel like they're not doing that part anymore. But of course, it's a temporary illusion that like all these thoughts are about thoughts. It's something that's not real, but it's happening in your head, divine masculines listening and watching, right? The important part is not to focus on the negativity of like, oh, I'm leaving someone behind, I'm not doing X, Y, Z, and focusing on what you can be doing. And once you set those intentions for your own life, for yourself, first and foremost, then you will be able to be in a healthier place to take care of others and extend your love to other people in a healthy way, healthy for both sides, for you and for the other person or other people, right? Of course, there is nothing wrong with taking care of your mom, right? But what are you sacrificing instead? What if you had your ideal day, what it would be like? And yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy having too much communication with my mom, given where we are. But I'm finding like this balance where I know how much she's looking for to get from me, like that communication, that time, that attention. And I see what I can give her, right? And I'm trying to find some middle ground there so that it doesn't overwhelm me and doesn't take too much from me. Otherwise, with time, I'm just gonna get irritated and upset. And, you know, like, again, I might feel like I'm doing the right thing, but energetically, I will be doing the wrong thing, the bad thing for the both of us. I'll be stepping on my own toes and, you know, suffocating myself with this, hating it, but still doing it. And she will not get the love and support because I'll be in that energy. I won't be able to give it to her. So it's not gonna be that pleasant anyway, even if I really, really try to hide it. Okay, last but not least, the angel therapy cards. Let's get a card for Divine Feminine first of all. Some advice from the angels. I love this reading. And remember that we're in that new moon and Libra energy still, where we are balancing our relationships and our emotions all around 360. Throat chakra, there we go. That's why I had hiccups for you, Divine Feminine. The angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. So for those difficult conversations that you may have coming up, you can ask your guides, your angels for support so that they can support you energetically and they can help you find the loving, caring, and honest words to speak your truth. Beautiful. What do we have for the masculines? If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? It's funny, that's exactly what I was going to say to my DM tomorrow. And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. Yeah, but this is also interesting, right? This is like, I would say that this is after DMs get into this space. Then the good question is, how can I make the world a better place, right? And focus on that. Because whether we consciously realize it or not, we're all looking for our calling, for our place, you know, for where we can realize our potential. And for all twin flames, this is a big part of our lives. Whether we call it twin flame mission or not, intuitively we are guided towards it. And we have the gifts, the gift cluster to fulfill our mission. That's how that agreement, that contract happened in the first place. That's how we knew we could do it. And we stood up and said, yes, please, I'll do this. So it's important to remember this, Divine Masculine, especially if you get anxious, if you feel bad about maybe hurting feelings of a specific person, especially if it's because you aren't going to be paying as much attention to them, then remember you have that higher purpose and service. Not just to spend time with 2 or 3 or even 5 people and give your energy to them, which is what is happening anyway, but you can help so many hundreds, thousands, maybe millions one day, who knows? And isn't that a good reason to take care of yourself and to find this place of wholeness, happiness, abundance for yourself? So you can then be that light for other people. And that light will be supportive for you, and it will be supportive for other people you'll be in touch with. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like this message. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye, everyone.